I'm an American chiropractor. I actually work here at the gallery. And about a year ago, actually back farther, when I was in Saudi Arabia over the last 6 years, I had a couple of entire rooms that were papered in colors. I had one room that was completely blue, green, greenery, swimming pools, and ocean. That way when I came into my apartment, it was green and not as dry as what everything was. And then I had another room that was completely papered with things out of home decor magazines, rooms and furniture and things that I liked. And it was like being able to wander through these spaces in my apartment. So when I came here about a year ago, I was working on one piece that's kind of pink, orange, this color that I like, that I find really juicy, that I love. And Frances, who is our curator for the gallery here, recommended that I keep going. She said, do more, make another one, keep going, and it just sort of snowballed into this monster exhibit. So it's been basically exactly a year since the first time I made any art, really. I've read quite a bit, and I read about it, but I don't really have formal training aside from regular schooling. My mother actually was an art teacher prior to marriage, so we always had creative opportunities at home, but the rest of my brothers and sisters, they used to do a lot, and I really didn't do anything until the last few years when I started deciding to try to make the things I was thinking about, which I had never done before, so it's new. Chiropractic is somewhat alternative in our philosophy. We want to prevent people from getting sick. We do treat a lot of injuries and do rehabilitation, but philosophically we want to look at you as a person and help you be as healthy as possible so that you don't develop illness later. And one of the things that benefits children in school in terms of learning is the arts, art, music, drama, physical exercise, anything that's not reading, writing, arithmetic. Develops your brain. It helps you with math, it helps you with geometry and spatial awareness, and it also neurologically will develop your brain. So being able to look at something that's not a white wall actually helps people. So I think with the patients who come into the clinic, they come into a home-like space, and there's always something new to look at, and I think it just makes people healthier in general, rather than seeing the same thing all the time. They're basically entirely images that I've taken out of magazines. As I said, it started out with colors that I liked and became this compulsive. I have stacks of shelves of all different colors, pieces of paper. And originally, the first piece, I just wanted this beautiful, juicy piece of art that was all different images of this similar color that I like so much, and a second piece that was all blue-green like the ocean. I just wanted a saturated piece of art, and a lot of them have developed into something different. This one, it was originally supposed to be only green, and then I realized I had oranges and I had other colors, and then I remembered that I had a whole stack of wood that I hadn't used yet, so it started with wood in the center, and everything is based on color. All the colors are similar in sections, darker to lighter, or at least same sort of tone, and it's basically, I just assemble it based on the colors, and it becomes what it wants to be. So I don't try to manipulate anything into being, except for this one piece behind you, I don't try to manipulate anything into being what I want it to be. I just put the colors together, and then it turns into what it wants to be.
So are they basically cutouts from magazines that you collate together?
They're entirely made out of cutouts from magazines. I haven't gone searching for anything. I just, when I have magazines, I don't want to throw them away. I feel like it's a waste. And I feel guilty putting them in the trash. And I also think about, if I have this magazine, millions of other people have it. Are they reading it and throwing it away? Are these images basically becoming trash a month after they've been printed? So I just started collecting. A lot of artists do this, and I think interior designers, they keep swipe files. They see something they like, and they keep files, and I've done that for years, just collecting things that I like, kitchens that I like, and toilets that I like. And all this really is me, every single image is something that I saw and that I liked, or was a color that I wanted, but I didn't go looking for anything. I just, page by page, pulled everything out and cut out whatever the outline was of whatever it was I saw, and I use them as is. I don't modify them at all. Well, I'm hoping for the exhibit tonight that there will be people who actually spend time staring at the art, because there's so many little, animals and little details that you don't see from a distance. For me, it's been very meditative. I can start working on something like this, and 12 hours later I realize I'm still doing it. I haven't eaten, and it's been very much like meditation, and I'm hoping for patients and for the guests that it takes them, if nothing else, I've pretty much addressed every color you can think of. So whoever loves red is going to find a piece that's just red, and maybe they can get lost in that for a second, and it makes them happy, or it brings up a memory, or they don't even realize that they're seeing an octopus, but in the back of their head they remember that they like octopuses, and it makes them happy. I'm a little freaked out by how well this has worked. I never intended to be an artist. I never sought to be an artist. It just happened. But it's been so easy and it's felt so good to do. I'm hoping that I have the opportunity to make more. I have ideas for new works of art, or possibly commissions. I don't know if people will see and want to commission pieces of art. I don't have a set path, but I'm happy to see what comes. Yeah. There is so much art here, from Robot Gallery to InTouch Gallery to Malja to the museum to the fort. There's so much, and Celebrations does classes on decoupage, and technically this is decoupage, it's not collage. There's so much to find. You just have to go looking for it and learn to appreciate it. And someone else asked me about if you want to be an artist. All I had to do was start. I had this weird idea, and I dumped a bunch of papers on a canvas, and an art consultant told me, that looks great, keep going. And so I did, and if I hadn't actually done that first one, if I hadn't stuck something on a canvas, it wouldn't have happened. So if you want to be an artist, whatever that idea is that you have, physically do it, and it will grow from there. And if you like art, definitely come. You can spend as much time as you want here staring at each of these crazy pieces of art, and maybe you'll find something you like.